This is the UTV 40 Ford Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Mullinax Ford.
The top spot in 6A Region 1 on the line tonight here is a couple of powerhouses for the last decade in Southern Alabama matchup. Saraland ranked number 2 in 6A, unbeaten in region play, playing host to the Toros of Spanish Fort, who come in 3-2 on the year, but they are perfect in region play as well. And maybe not even too early to think about how this game could impact playoffs. That'll start up in just about a month, but we'll talk about the big region matchup here tonight to start things off. Good evening, I'm Jim Cox, my partner Dan Brennan here high atop the press box in Saraland, one of our favorite venues, one of the most beautiful settings we have for high school football down here tonight. And 3-2 for the Spanish Fort team, 2 losses to a highly ranked Fairhope team in 7A, highly ranked Spanish St. Paul's team in 5A. Don't let that record fool you, right?
No, and again, just think about this. It's Spanish Fort.
Right.
They're going to be good. They're always good. And usually they get better as the season goes along. It happened last year. Almost won it all after kind of a sloppy start. So talented team, well coached. It's going to be a good one tonight.
So this Spanish Fort offense, a lot of talk about their young quarterback, and we'll talk about the kind of gaudy numbers he's put up so far here tonight. But you usually can't have a great passing game unless you can run the football first.
Yeah, Johnny Morris has got to be kind of the blanket for the young quarterback, and this guy can go. It was easy to find highlights because he happened to be our player of the game a year ago against St. Paul's. His number is number 1 this year, but just take a look at how well this guy played when he wore number 12. I mean, he can wear a nightgown. He'll probably get 100 yards, so don't worry about that.
Averaging almost 8 yards a carry coming into tonight's game, and I know Spanish Fort would love to see that number continue to go in that direction. This Saraland team, they've been playing great defense all year. I think both of these teams really kind of hanging their hat on defense, although they've got great offenses. But, it seems like up here at Saraland, they're always really good, and their linebackers are always really good as well, and it's no different this year.
They've got a linebacker who moved in from Clark County now. Washington County. At Washington County High School, this bruiser he was the quarterback. Look at him hit right there. Number 17, Elijah Johnson, he comes to Saraland. They've got plenty of players, and they said, hey, what do you think about playing linebacker? And he said, sounds good to me. It turned to look at the physicality. Can you imagine what he did at quarterback? Oh. Anyway, these guys are going to want to stop the run and put that young quarterback of Spanish Fort into more situations where he's got to throw it. Look at the pick here by Elijah Johnson. Love the way that kid plays. He's got a lot of moxie, and he just fits right into this whole program.
This Saraland team defensively, they gave up 21 to open the season to Theodore. Since then, they haven't given up more than 14, so they've been very stingy there as well. We got a couple of great quarterbacks to watch here tonight. We'll talk about that also, but we're excited to get this one underway. 6A Region 1 top spot on the line tonight here in Spartyville. Saraland and Spanish Fort tonight. Friday Night Rivals. Saraland and Spanish Fort ready to get this one underway here tonight at Spartan Stadium. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, and we were just saying before kickoff, Dan, if it weren't for COVID, this place would be hopping right now on both sides.
And it's not bad as it is, but they can only let so many people in with the COVID restrictions.
Lucas Bro sends this one high to the center of the field. Jarrell Williams across the 25. Tried to slip out. 33. Is where the Spartans will come out. Head coach Jeff Kelly, 10th year here at Saraland. He's coached every year, but the very first one here, and what a great job he has done. He's gone to the championship game twice. You see his winning record there, 75%. And he has found a great spot. They love him here, and he loves being here at Saraland. Of course, grew up in Citronelle. Right up the road here, and see Carson Green. And we'll see Corey Darrington in the backfield. We'll talk more about that momentarily. Green has some time, wants to air it out on first down. Looking far up the far side. And Williams had a step up there, and there's some contact, but this is going to be a good matchup as Spanish Fort has got some great corners back there. Up front, Colton Beasley, who was our guest on the pregame show, 3-year starter. Weatherby, Dunham, Krause, and Allo. Williams on the outside, C.J. Mack. And then you got York on the other side. Carson Green, the quarterback. Tight end is Smith, and Corey Darrington in for the injured Marion Crawford, who not playing tonight. That's a huge blow, so they're going to have to put a little more on the shoulders of this young quarterback, Dan Brennan.
Yeah, well, you can see from the arm, the throw, opposite side of the field, 60 yards down the field. It felt like an amazing arm.
We saw him earlier this season against McGill, and he was so impressive. Came from Satsuma, and there's Micah Gaffney, one of those long corners the Spanish Fort defense has. Gainey, Crawford, and Snowden up front. Of course, Burkhalter, the linebacker everybody loves, and KJ Henderson, the other linebacker. Also Tyshawn Calvin and the returning starter Peyton Solomon. Hayes and Gaffney on the corners. Hickson and Fontroy are the safeties, and 3rd and 10. This Spanish Fort defense has been stingy this year. They've given up just 23 points in the last 3 weeks. Green chasing, scrambles, and will be brought down at the 30 for a sack.
Yeah, they brought some pressure. They brought some extra bodies, and Green's got escapability, but just too many numbers.
Burkhalter was in there. Gaffney as well, and a 3 and out for the Spanish Fort defense. They were off last week, and again, gave up 45 points in week 1, but since then, it's been the Spanish Fort defenses that you're used to seeing. Jack Smith, big punter.
Yeah, big leg.
Booming him in pregame.
Yeah,
Jake Godfrey back.
this guy, if you want to watch somebody punt a football, watch this.
Pressure coming, and he got a good one off. Godfrey, fair catches at the 36-yard line. A great start for the Toros, force a 3 and out. 3 incomplete passes. 2 incomplete passes and a sack, actually. And there's Ben Blackman. What a job he's done at Spanish Fort. It's coming there. State champions.
And one game away last year from the state champ. They got to the championship game.
Started out slowly and then
barely lost that game, or he'd have another one.
Made the big run. Now we'll see Brendan Bird, the sophomore quarterback who's put up numbers, and Dan Brennan's player he highlighted in the pregame, Johnny Morris, gains a couple before he was wrapped up and brought down. After a gain of 2, Manley, Dobson, Ramirez, Jack Myers, also our guest in the pregame show, returning starter on that offensive line, and Ty Bennett. Mario Montgomery, the leading receiver on the outside for the Toros. Godfrey as well. 3 and Wilson, the tight end. Morris in the backfield, and Bird, left-handed quarterback, fires this one off, and he's got it complete. It's going to be good for a Toro first down up to the 48-yard line, and it's the 23rd catch of the year for Mario Montgomery.
Yeah, well, he's got some great numbers, doesn't he? And this kid, too. Brendan Bird, he's only a sophomore. He doesn't look like a sophomore, right?
Big numbers so far, 66% completion percentage, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Morris lost his helmet, and that's going to result in a flag because I think it was more taken from him than the fact that he lost it. Johnny Morris, Dan talked about, averaging almost 8 yards a carry. McAlpine, 9 tackles for losses and 4 sacks on the year. Smith and Walker up front. Turner, Braxton Hughes had a big game last week for the Saraland defense. Elijah Johnson, that Dan mentioned as well. Tyler Thompson there. Butler, Torrente, Hinton, and Anderson and Roberson. There's some ball hawks back there in that secondary.
Gets 180 pounds as a sophomore quarterback. You saw him stick it in there on the quick slant. Here's Johnny Morris, who played all over the field last year. Some running back, some receiver, but he is a running back this year. As Jim mentioned, nearly 8 yards every time he carries the football.
Burnell in motion. Morris gets a block to the 35-yard line. He'll pick up 5 before he's forced out of bounds. Braxton Hughes there to make the stop.
He got a block all right. It was our guy, Jack Myers, who was very confident in the pregame show. Like, okay, yeah, we know they're good. We play them every year. We're all right.
So there's what Hughes has done so far this year. Good linebackers for this Saraland crew, and quickly up to the line of scrimmage come the Toros, and now they'll check back over with Coach Blackman over there. Aaron Threet lines up in the slot. Montgomery Out wide, and Godfrey there to the left as well. This time it's going to be Bird who keeps it. He splits through on the right side. He's inside the 20, 10. He's knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line. First and goal for the Toros.
How good is this kid going to be? A sophomore. He's throwing it over 65% completions. And look at the athlete that he is. Nice run.
Yeah, that's his 25th keeper of the year, and he's averaging 9 yards a carry and did nothing but improve that average. There is the Toros are marching this one down. First and goal.
They've got a good one, Jim. They've got another good one.
Coach Blackman, he kind of knows the thing or two about quarterback play as well. Of course, you got Coach Kelly over on this side, but Blackman, he knows how to utilize a great quarterback.
That was his position.
Godfrey in motion. They go back to Morris, and he'll fall ahead to the 5-yard line.
Little motion to get your eyes in the wrong place on defense. We'll cross buck, and Morris gets a couple.
Yeah, Smith came up and made the stop. Second and goal. Coming up here for the Toros. Again, both these teams unbeaten in the region, 3-0. Still plenty of time on the play clock to get a really good look there at the sophomore quarterback, Brendan Bird. Motion, give it off to Godfrey, trying to turn the corner. Pressure coming, and he's going to be dropped for, he'll get maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but a good lateral movement by the Saraland defense there. Godfrey's got a lot of quicks, but he just never had an opportunity to cut it back to the inside.
Yeah, this strong safety, Justin Roberson, this Saraland defense, especially the defensive backfield, Jim, they are long and they can run. We saw that in the first game against McGill. They've got really good skill players, good speed, well coached. That's on offense and defense.
Third and goal. Coming up here, they'll go Wildcat now with Johnny Morris. That quarterback, he's also the backup quarterback, so he's familiar with being in that spot. And we got a penalty flag. Ooh, they just dropped another one too? They just dropped another one. So we'll see what the first one was. Our McConnell Collision Center flag, but there was a penalty. Then our referee also dropped one. We'll see how this shakes out. It's a third and goal from the 6. Let's find out here. Legal participation against the Toros. And then the Toros took a timeout as well. Send us an email if you'd like to. Hey guys at utv44.com. If you want to reach out to us, we'll try to answer our questions best we can. Jim Bibby watching down in Orange Beach just sent us a little note. Said, hey, it's Gary Beasley, our referee, heading up tonight. Jim, if you could maybe text Gary and remind him to turn his microphone on when he makes the call.
You think Gary will answer his phone right now?
Well, I mean, maybe, you know, if he sees it's Bibby calling, you're gonna take a Jim Bibby call. So back to the 11 on third and goal.
Seeing is believing with the young quarterback, Bird, number 7. Saw his numbers, read a few articles about him, but man, for a sophomore, it just doesn't have that. He doesn't give you any indication that he's a young guy among the veterans at all.
No, and so they had lined up with Morris at the Wildcat. Then turns out they had too many on the field. So penalty back some outside the 10, and they bring Bird back in at quarterback. Third and goal from the 11. Try to go to the far side. Nice toss, able to get to Godfrey, and he's in for the touchdown.
Great design on the play.
And a very tough toss to make to get it around the leaping linebacker.
Yeah, a leaping linebacker who was at a place to make the tackle because he was trying to get the sack. And they used motion the other way to really basically fool Saraland's defense. All the motion going the other way.
Godfrey's second reception for a touchdown this year, 12th on the year for Brendan Bird in Spanish Fort. Brings it down the field, and Bros PAT makes it 7-0. On top are the Toros, 6A Region 1 matchup here. Dan Brennan said, what a pretty play design to get it to Godfrey. He lunges, and the Toros are on the board here on Friday Night Rivals. Great play, great execution. And Spanish Fort on top 7-0. Third and goal from the 11. That's a and also to the far hash, the short side of the field. They go 8 plays, 64 yards, almost 3.5 minutes for the touchdown.
They did a little bit of everything on that drive too, right?
Bird with the long run and then the short pass for the touchdown, and the Toros on top. Terrell Williams, this will be a short kick up to the 32. And bounce back, and right at the 32 is where Saraland will come out here. Big win for Viger last night. Really ground attack hopping for the Wolves last night as they beat Escambia County. Davison and Theodore tonight. Daphne down in the Bayou. Mary G and Fairhope. Baker and Murphy out in West Mobile. Blunt and Robertsdale. McGill home against Baldwin County. Citronella and Gulf Shores. Satsuma tonight. Big one in 5A. UMS and Faith Academy. LaFleur and BC Rain. Mobile Christian in action tonight here as well. T.R. Miller on the road at XL. And you see Georgiana and Red Level tonight. Dan Brennan as we give on the inside goes to Jarrell Williams. And Williams across the 40 out to the 42-yard to make that Darrington.
Yeah, Darrington does a little bit of everything. And right now with the lack of availability of Crawford, you've got Darrington in at running back. And he's going to have a productive game so they can take some of the pressure off Carson with a K. Green, the quarterback.
Picks up 9 on first down. And they go back to him on the right side. And Darrington's got the first down up to almost midfield. They'll mark it to the 48.
Well, that's some good movement on the right side of that offensive line for Saraland. That's what they need. They've got to establish that run, not be too pass heavy. They've got to run just to let Spanish Fort know they're not afraid to run. So they are a little concerned with the loss of Crawford in the backfield.
Yeah, and you just got to, even your offensive lineman got to get, it's a different feel with a different running back back there. And because you're so used to having Crawford tote the ball back there for you for the past couple of years. First and 10. Again, the right side, Green gives it off, and Darren's going to be driven back for a loss of 1. Really nowhere to go. KJ Henderson was the first one in there. Sean Calvin, the junior linebacker, helping out as well.
Wow, they got some beef up front. And
that was Burkhalter, first one in there.
Yep.
Slowed down Darrington, and
Burkhalter's all defense, huh?
Wrapped him up and drove him back to the 45-yard line.
This guy's a playmaker, number 10.
Rolls out, has some time looking, dumps it off, and Engelbert has the catch up to the 46-yard line.
Engelbert is a really good player, Jim. He's one of those guys that.
So he picks up 9. But
he's more like an H-back, and he just does a lot of good things no matter what his assignment is.
That was his 9th catch of the season. Now 3rd and 4. They split him out wide all the way to the top of the screen as they go 5 wide and empty the backfield. Burkhalter showing blitz from the right side. And he's coming. Green fires it, able to get it complete inside the 40 for the first down. Green goes up top, and he's able to hit his tight end, Klein Smith. It's a big-time throw there.
Yeah, and I thought it was a big-time catch because he had a little mustard on it. Smith makes the play. Good on both parts, for sure.
Carson Green, the senior, came here this year and really has made an impression and really taken over the leadership of this team. His teammates really admire him. Coach Kelly loves him, and got the Spartans on the move here. Jerome York took a big hit as he tried to cut it back to the inside. York with some pushing.
Easy.
there at the end. Cass Taylor was there.
Yeah, they don't need another one in trouble in timeout because of the loss of Crawford. But York, another one of these talented skill guys on the outside. That's like two kids in the sandbox right there.
Taylor was trying to strip it away from him.
York was like, here, take it.
Second and 8. Here for the Spartans. Green near side. Gets it off to Jarrell Williams. He's a special one on the outside at 6'3", 165. Inducted into the National Honor Society this week as well.
Phenomenal.
Had his 16th catch of the year and just a junior. Had a couple of, maybe 3 or 4 players on the Spartans got inducted this week, including Jack Smith, the punter. Third and less than a yard.
In a game and some change, I don't think we've seen Green make many bad decisions at all at quarterback. Very decisive.
Totally with you. He's going to keep this one, and he's going to have the first down and more as he's up to the 21-yard line. He'll pick up 8.
Wonder why his teammates like him so much, right? A 3-year starter at Satsuma, and they've got to be missing him.
ELP paints school colors cam here tonight. Lots of masks there in the Saraland crowd right below us. Green, much like Bird, can pull it down when needed. Bird more apt to do it. Green, certainly they're not afraid to stick his nose up in it. Converts on third down. Up to the 21. Green far side again. Right back off to Terrell Williams. Williams up to the 16. Williams and Gaffney. Gaffney, a 2-year starter back there at corner. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch all night because Gaffney, he too is kind of long and lean over there. And
got some good corners in this game on both sides.
Just wonder too how much the kind of the playbook maybe altered just a little bit for Coach Kelly with Crawford not in there. Darrington, left side, slips a tackle inside the 10, lunges, he's down to the 2, first and goal for Saraland. Great blocking up front.
Really good blocking. Darrington looks like he is the everyday running back. We've seen a lot of that play on almost all the games we've done. Little trap block up front, and you've got the kind of a cross buck where the running back goes opposite a lot of the motion, and it's been a successful play for a lot of teams we've done this year.
All right. First and goal from the 1, and they go 5 wide. Dan Brennan, quarterback draw maybe out of the shotgun. What do you think?
Work.
Timeout. Play clock was at 1. They have to get it called just in time. And we'll take a quick break. Saraland knocking on the door, looking to tie things up. First and goal from the 1 coming up on Friday Night Rivals tonight, live in Saraland. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Jared Kios and crew here tonight in Saraland for our great Friday Night Rivals matchup. Toros with a 7-0 lead, but Saraland knocking on the door here. So inside 3 minutes to go. See Ben Blackman looking on here, and surprised you to see him spread it 5 wide here on the 1 down. First and goal.
Well, let's see what they do. I like the idea of quarterback draw. I wouldn't put it in the air here.
And here comes Engelbert, comes over the lineup. Going to keep it on the right side. An easy conversion there for Green.
Engelbert was the he was basically the lead block for that one. As soon as he came over and became tight, Jim, we kind of knew where the play was going. And a kid with a lot of moxie and enough strength to pop it in there is Carson Green.
But a normal night, you turn around, hand it off to Marion Crawford.
Right.
He's out of the game tonight, so they improvise and still capitalize. And Luch Alexander on for the PAT here to see if the Spartans can tie this one up. 2:45 remaining in the first, and he does. We thought it would be a good one, and we got a good one here on Friday Night Rivals. Saraland, Spanish Fort tonight. Carson Green took a blow at the end of that one.
I think he gave one.
11 plays, 66 yards for Saraland to tie this one up. Took 4.5 minutes off the clock. Impressive drives by both teams.
Absolutely agree. They did what they wanted to do. They got down the field in a variety of ways and punched it in.
Darrington kicked the far side up to the 22. Godfrey used the deep man, but instead it comes up to Logan Gainey, defensive end, with the nice return there. So this is why this game is so important here in 6A Region 1. You see Saraland and Spanish Fort both sit atop the region at 3-0. Spanish Fort and Blunt match up next week. And you've got McGill at 2-1. McGill trailing Baldwin County 9-0 early in their game tonight. Robertsdale, Gulf Shore, Citronelle, Baldwin County. Saraland's kind of gone through after tonight the meat of this 6A Region 1 schedule, while Spanish Fort just coming into it. So really almost extra big game, if you will, for the Toros. Morris on the handoff again.
There's the former quarterback, Elijah Johnson, number 17, plugging the hole.
Matchup of Dan Brennan's two key players.
Yeah, in fact it was.
We
You're
probably
right.
discussed that there. At the, hey, we got our guy who always has perfect viewing attendance, Carl Kihas, watching tonight down in KC, sitting outside. He's got a fire in the wood-burning outdoor stove, pumpkins, and he's got his laptop sitting out there enjoying a nice Kansas City evening tonight, watching high school football from Lower Alabama.
He's the only guy having nearly as good a time as us.
Pickup of 3 for Morris. Play action to him, and go back to the far side, and Bird get that one to Godfrey.
Well, they like to get Godfrey involved, huh?
It's going to be about 2 short on the first down. Third down here coming up. You know, Ben Blackman is a guy who always a straight shooter with us, and says that Bird's going to be special. It's a word that coaches don't lightly throw around.
No, and Ben knows, and we kind of know by watching this kid in one quarter of football.
Play clock down to about 5, but Bird gets it off, looking, wants to go run a crossing pattern. He comes, gets the shallow receiver, and he's got a first down. Probably a horse collar tackle maybe at the end of that one, but nope, they'll just let it go. But Mario Montgomery has his second catch of the night, and a first down as they pick up 13. And yeah, Montgomery's having a big year.
I think that play was really, Montgomery was the prime receiver. He was the shallow receiver on the route, and first down.
Into Saraland territory. On the keeper, Bird looking. Boy, does a good job with his eyes as well to keep defenders at bay, and moves it down to the 36-yard line, and they'll pick up 7 there on first down. You gotta respect that he still might flip it out there at any point.
Yeah, he gave you that scare, and in no way does he seem to be overwhelmed by the situation here at Saraland. The second game as a starting quarterback was on ESPN.
Yeah, his first one, tough matchup against 7A Fairhope, and he's weathered the early storms, and he's got the Toros on the charge again. Through one here in Saraland. Spanish Fort and the Spartans even at 7. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, and after Jared Kihas pulled off a shocking midseason statistician trade, sending our former statistician to the Low Country and getting Matt Melton here to join us. Jared won that trade like this is a steal. Great job by Quijas to get us the new statistician.
Don't pile on the old guy.
Huge upgrade on second and short. Morris around the right side, and he's got a Toro first down to the 30-yard line. I mentioned a potential horse collar on that play just before the end of the quarter there, and getting a referee texting and said, hey, it's only a horse collar if there's only one player engaged. I was like, that's great. So if there's more than one player engaged on the tackle, it's not a horse collar.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Viewers smarter than we are.
Yeah, okay. That's been for 20 years.
Morris lunges ahead, and he'll pick up 9 and bring up second and short.
How about that beautiful moon peeking over the pines around the 30-yard line here in lovely Saraland? Just a idyllic kind of evening and setting, and you name it.
This is a fall football night in South Alabama for sure. First nip of coolness in the air.
This is usually late October, not early October, but we'll take it after what we've been through.
They'll mark him actually out at the 24, so second and a long 3. We'll call it 4. Bird looks on with Morris with him. Bird wants to keep it, cuts it back up in the middle, shifty. He's down to the 11. First down again here for the Spanish 14.
This kid's a good athlete.
Boy, I mean, and not afraid to, 6 foot, 180 pounds, but not afraid to stick his nose right up in there.
That's big enough. I mean, that kid is usually a sophomore. It might be more of a string bean, and wait till he grows into his body and all that. No, not with this guy.
Got it down to the 12. Moved down here when he was an 8th grader.
From Oneonta. And Ben Blackman's like, how do you do?
Morris to the 6. Elijah Johnson brought him down, had a little help. The tackle there from Tyler Moore.
Talking to Ben Blackman before the game, he said, yeah, he moved down in the 8th grade. I said, when did you know he was going to be really good? He said, when he moved down in the 8th grade. it was evident to Ben Blackman.
McConnell Collision Center flag on the play. Against the Toros.
Well, they don't like it. There's Coach Blackman.
Has been known to occasionally disagree with the call.
Not that I've ever seen.
Saw it at a Pee Wee game once, didn't you?
I'm sorry, yes.
Yes,
I did.
Back to the 17. Here, first and 15. Brendan Bird looks over play clock. Down to 3, but he gets it off. Blitz coming. Bird escapes it, rolls out, looking, still looking. Now wants to keep it, puts on the brakes, and gets down to about the 7-yard line. Boy, he's keeping those eyes downfield, looking for something to come open.
And he's not afraid to run it when it's time to run it.
And perfect in the first quarter for Bird. 4 for 4. Morris, 16 yards on the ground. Both quarterbacks 5 of 7 for Green. Darrington, see the new statistician. Quijas stole them. 2nd and 6 from the 8. Here for Bird and company. Motion is Godfrey. Bird fake the pitch, keeps it down to the 4.
They're asking a sophomore to do a lot of stuff, aren't they, Jim?
To read and then go up against a daunting Saraland defense. Going to bring up 3rd and 2.
He's up to it.
And thinking about what else Coach Blackman was telling, he said, I love his moxie. And it's like, yep, pretty evident.
Yeah,
pretty evident on the screen here.
It is. Both these quarterbacks.
Bird looks, fires. Oh, it might have been tipped as Mario Montgomery wanted a flag here. So 4th and 2.
Look at Bird get to Montgomery right away, too, and got something to say to him. Boy, it came out wobbly. I don't know if it was tipped or not, Jim, but you're right. It looked funny.
I think this is Ben Blackman saying, I know we moved the ball, but points going to be at a premium here tonight. Let's take the field goal, which amounts to about an extra point try.
Usually very solid in place kicker.
No, instead, now they might. They're going to take a timeout. Looked like they were going to kick it, and then they looked like they were going to go with the Wildcat formation, and now they're going to talk about it. I think they're going to forego the chip shot field goal.
4th and 3.
Trivia time here. Saraland, they've not lost a region game since 2018. It's like it's a while ago now. As we're
really is
toward the end. It's 11 in a row they've won in the region. So tell us, who was the last team to beat them in region play?
When would you like the correct answer, sir?
Well, I believe that would be in the 4th quarter is usually when we do it. Dan Brennan, we haven't changed it in 15 years on the trivia rolling out.
Well, I haven't gotten one in 15 years, and I'm so excited at the prospect of breaking that skid.
Yeah, that.
How about number 12? This kid's really a player, Godfrey.
He's had a great start to the year, almost 300 yards receiving, and so here they come. They're going to load things up with Morris. They don't have to get a touchdown here. It's not 4th and goal. It's 4th and 2 from the 2. Morris takes a stab to the left and pushes ahead, and he's going to get the touchdown.
Well, great blocking. Morris just followed the blocking. He gets in there.
And he was patient?
He was very patient. Wildcat. That's a guy that's having a great year on the ground.
Toros now 4 of 5 on the year on 4th down conversions. And that one a big one here to break the tie and move on top by a touchdown and see if Bro can make it 14-7, which he does. Big battle atop 6A Region 1. Morris with his first touchdown of the night. And number 5 on the year has the Toros back on top. Beautiful harvest moon here in early October. Friday Night Rivals on UTV 44. Another long 12-play, 79-yard drive for the Toros. Takes 4 minutes off the clock, and they regain the lead.
Team's known for really good defenses, but both have churned out long drives. Spanish Fort has done it twice.
To the 41-yard line. C.J. Mack. A good game going out in Westmobile in 7A. Murphy and Baker are tied at 7. Of course, our Friday Night Rivals game driven each and every week by Mullinex Ford. We thank them for being a part of Friday Night Rivals, and we have got the premier matchup on the schedule here tonight, and excited to be back here. Our first time seeing Saraland so far, seeing Spanish Fort so far. Of course, Spanish Fort deal with COVID, had a win of a forfeiture game, and then they had a hurricane. And Green on the far side, that pass a little low, and Williams couldn't hold on to it. Daphne leads Alma Bryant, another 7A matchup, 14-3. McGill's come back and scored 2 touchdowns now to lead Baldwin County 14-9. UMS and Faith Academy tied at 7. That's a big 5A matchup.
Linebacker Christian Burkhalter, wasn't he already committed to FSU as a, I thought, a tight end?
Tight end, yep.
Looks like a pretty good linebacker. Maybe this is the side of the field he stays on.
We'll talk more about him a little later in the broadcast. Green rolls out, has plenty of time, and zips it off. Williams is going to have the first down. And, oh, no, it's going to be Jerome York, and had Gaffney on him. So we see this time Gaffney comes over on York, but
so much trust in that arm, Jim, because it was not wide open there, and that was a long throw. But Green, not only can he get it there, he knows he can get it there.
And trust in the offensive line, too, because that play takes a while to develop.
Agree. Well, he's fun to watch.
It's the first time he's hooked up with York on the year. He's his favorite target. Now Green comes up. Looks like he's changing things up at the line of scrimmage. He's got Darrington with him. Again, if you're just joining us, Marion Crawford out of tonight's game with an injury and nowhere to go there on 3rd and 3. And we got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be about it. And we'll see what Coach Kelly does around midfield. Doesn't even consider it. Sends in Jack Smith, 6'5", 210-pound punter.
He can really get it up in the air. Let's see if he delivers one of those this time. I mean, as high as any punter we've seen.
Yep. Timeout here with just 6 seconds and 6 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Had a good game last week.
Really
well played, well coached teams. A lot of fun with T.R. Miller. Barely losing to UMS Wright, and we're going to get a chance to see UMS Wright again next week.
Here's what it looks like in 6A. Oxford, the top team, unanimous choice. Saraland, Mountain Brook, Clay Chalkville, and Pinson Valley, Lee Montgomery, Opelika, Blunt, and McGill. And Muscle Shoals, 3 of the teams here in 6A Region 1 in the top 10, and Spanish Fort just lurking. They're lurking. They will be there at some point before the season's out, you would guess.
They win tonight, the lurk is over. They'll bust into that group, no problem.
Again, their losses against that 7A Fairhope team to start. And then Coach Kelly says, all right, we're going to go for it here on 4th and 3 near midfield. Carson Green rolls out, looks, sets his feet. He's got it complete to Williams for the first down.
So much confidence. I mean, throws it in traffic, but Williams is such a big body, too. But Green is so accurate, Jim. He just puts it right on him. Watch the throw. This is a 4th down, y'all. This pressure play. And he throws it like he's in the backyard.
Picks up 10. Pretty good coverage there.
Oh, yeah.
As well, and Williams with another reception. A new set of downs for Green and company. Carson Green keeps it. He goes right up the middle. Pushes ahead. He's going to get 8. And now a flag at the very end of that one. And Burkhalter was...
He thinks he received the hazing down there at the bottom of the pile. Let's see which way it goes.
In Connell Collision Center. Boy, it suddenly got very quiet in the stadium.
I'll tell you what, there's going to be a head coach really upset if this thing only goes one way. They're going to be mad at their guy.
It's going to be a dead ball foul.
Yeah.
It looked like.
So it'll be after the play. And it is, Burkhalter was right. It's against Saraland. Now it's going to be second, instead of second and what, 1, 2? That's not going to be the case anymore.
Back them up 15 from the end of the play. There are a lot of bodies down there in the pile. Let's see if we get a look at it. It's Green. It's
looks
well
like 4's the one that gets
the end.
Ooh, wow, that was uncalled for sure. Tyson Allo, right tackle, giving him a little business there way after the play with a, looked like a knee to the back or something like that.
Wow, so that's going to be now 2nd and 18. Green floats this one and over the head of York, incomplete, and 3rd and 18. Well, you know, coaches in close games always talk about how 3 or 4 plays have a huge impact on the game. Boy, you get 2nd and short, you got 2nd and 3 coming up. You're just converted a 4th down, and now you're way behind the sticks, and 3rd and 18 coming up.
Yeah, that was one of the dicier throws we've seen Carson Green throw in our experience watching him play this year.
Now Torrente Hinton, one of those long cornerbacks for this Spartan team, comes in, and he'll line up as a receiver out to the top of the screen. Darrington in the backfield next to Green. Green pulls this one down, still looking. Now he's going to take off, but nowhere to go. And doesn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage, and a good job by that Toro defense. Boy, 3rd and 18 against a stingy defense is just next to impossible.
Yeah, he's a good athlete. He's kind of measured. You know, he knows when to. He's just heady athlete, but you can see things getting a little chippy there too.
Yep.
On his way back to his bench after the play, he and a player for Spanish Fort accidentally bumped, I guess you would say.
So Smith on to punt. Godfrey stands back inside the 15. Smith another great punt. Godfrey fair catch this one and drifts all the way back to the 11. And we'll get a break here. 4 minutes to go in the second. Both teams play really good defense. We knew that, and kind of showing that here early on. 14-7, Spanish Fort getting the ball back, and they have the lead on Friday Night Rivals. Friday Night Rivals here on UTV 44. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Matt Melton, our statistician, Jared Kihas in the truck, and our great Friday Night Rivals UTV 44 crew watching a good one here. 6A Region 1 battle, and that one tipped up and nearly caught and nearly intercepted both as Bird was looking again for Montgomery. Montgomery almost the great one-handed catch, and then Hinton. We talked about his ball skills. They put him on wide receiver on that last 3rd and long. Back there, you featured him as a player to watch when we saw this Saraland team against McGill.
Yeah, they shut down McGill completely, especially in the air.
Backed up just outside your own 10, sophomore quarterback. Thinks just get nope, put it in the air on 1st down. That's how much trust they have in Bird. And he was to about the 16-yard line, 3rd down. Coming up here. Said Spanish Fort didn't play last week, and then they go back home next week. Is a big matchup against the Blunt Leopards. And here's Bird on 3rd and 6. Wind has really died down. It was blowing pretty good when we got here late this afternoon, and not much of a factor so far here. Bird gives it up to Morris, who tried to cut it back after he was shut down on the far side, and gets back to the 15. And it's going to bring up a punt situation out here for the Toros. You're talking about the defenses and the long drives, but there haven't been a lot of big chunk plays in this game so far here tonight.
Even more impressive, these drives have been that long, but boy, if Morris had gotten out of that mess. Saraland just flipped the line of scrimmage on that one, Jim. They were bringing people, and they were going to make it uncomfortable for whoever had the football.
Jerome York stands right at midfield. Bird, the quarterback, is also the punter. Angles it toward the sideline and takes a good bounce all the way to the 36 yard line. And a 44-yard punt for Bird.
He's a punt, pass, and everything kid. Kick.
More of our great partners on Friday Night Rivals, including the Andy Citron injury attorneys. They present our Scholastic athlete each week. At the end of the season, he's going to award one of those Scholastic athletes a $5,000 scholarship. Thanks, Andy and his team, for your generosity and support as always. And also McConnell Collision Center. You have a choice as to who repairs your car if you have a boo-boo. McConnell Collision Center is who you want to ask for. Rolling out near side, and that one tipped. Green was looking for Williams. That one hung in the air just a fraction too long. Again, another long throw. Green rolls out, Dan, and looking to come to the near sidelines. And
it's that Fontenoy that comes over the safety, and
another one of those long guys in
yep. He broke on it from center field and nearly.
He closed on that fly ball quickly, too.
On that line drive.
2nd and 10. At the 36. Green fires and incomplete as he tried to get to Hinton, and now they're going to get the flag for the pass interference after some heavy lobbying from the Saraland sideline. You see when Hinton gets out there with that size at 6'3". It's going to move it all the way up to the 49. Ben Blackman saying that ball was tipped.
We'll be able to find out right now. No.
It was. The linebacker got his fingers on it.
Oh, right before the, yeah, okay. It wasn't tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it was. Right?
Well, he was right.
Right before it got toward Hinton.
Green's a little risky right now at quarterback.
Green wants to air it out, looking for Hinton down the sideline, and was pushed in the back, but no whistle there. Good coverage. Hinton firing off down that far side, and Trent Hayes, the senior, there with him stride for stride. That's a tough assignment when Hinton gets wound up, streaking down the sideline.
Big guy with speed, and there's not many throws that, you know, Beck's doing his thing at a quarterback camp. Everybody says he's pretty good. He can do it all.
Second and 10, just inside 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And play clock was almost at 0, and quickly Green realized they weren't going to get it off and saves the 5 yards and calls the timeout there.
You know, I think they're missing Crawford a little bit.
Sure.
Spanish Fort is playing very well defensively, but the fact that Saraland doesn't have their starting tailback in there, I think it's affecting them a little bit offensively with their rhythm.
At the end of tonight's game, we'll give you 3 players to choose from to vote on our player of the game. We did that last week. Cole Blaylock from UMS was the winner, and we'll tell you all about him and show you his highlights at halftime. And I want to thank Herc Reynolds for sponsoring our player of the game. Over 275 locations in North America. You know what I need for them? I need an aerator. I need to aerate my lawn. I want the core aerator.
Do you putt on it? Or
no. You do that to healthy soil. They rent them, and I need one here right before you go dormant. You want to do that. So whether you're a weekend warrior, like, I can run an aerator, I think.
They don't come pick up my trash soon. I'm not going to have a lawn.
Engineer, if you need like a special engineering tool, Herc Reynolds, they got you covered. And of course, they've been sending supplies down here and tools and everything else to help with the cleanup of Hurricane Sally. So thanks to Herc Reynolds for being a part of our broadcast here. Second and 10 for the Spartans. Green winds up and threads the needle, and he's got it complete inside the 40. A first down to Williams.
I wish that kid had a little confidence.
That was a fastball too.
When he throws a bad one, he doesn't sit around and ponder that. He just comes right back out and rips. Oh man.
Able to get it in front of Calvin, the linebacker, and in front of Hickson back there in coverage, and a first down. But yeah, that's what Jeff Kelly told us week one. Said his demeanor never changes. No. Touchdown, interception, great pass, drop pass. It just doesn't. Now he'll pull it down, and Snowden will pull him down. Saraland with just one timeout left here as we approach a minute to go. Spanish Fort will get the ball to start the second half. Jarrell Snowden made that stop.
Got to Green a little bit on that one. Big guy hit him, and looks like he's trying to recover from the shot. That's why it's so good to have a quarterback that is got a hockey mentality.
Yeah.
Or maybe just a football mentality,
Right.
but you get what I'm saying.
And you see, he's a little thicker than Bird on the other side. He's about 190. Second and 11. Near side and off the hands of York. I'll stop the clock.
Saraland's defense they haven't made it easy, especially that secondary.
Spanish Fort's defense, has really done a good job on these receivers so far. Our BLP Mobile Paint School Colors cam. There's lots of cowboy hats tonight here in the Saraland crowd.
A lot of masks in the student section, which you like to see.
3rd and 11. Darrington was in the backfield, and now he'll split out wide. Empty set here. Quickly out to the far side. Double pass, maybe. Yes. Tipped. And then able to hold on to it is York. And Michael Gaffney down on the far side as they tossed it out. Quickly, let's watch Green. Goes back there to Engelbert. That ball looked like just a finger on it, but York able to pull it down, and big conversion on 3rd and 11.
That's my guy Engelbert again. He does what they ask him to do, and it's nearly everything.
Gaffney is still down over on the far side. Again, that's a 2-year starter, one of the best DBs down here in this area.
Yeah, that'd be a big loss right there.
And he was over there with Engelbert. We've seen Engelbert do a lot of things. I'm not sure we expected that.
I didn't know he could do that, but threw it in there hot. He catches it. He blocked for a touchdown.
Yep. Gaffney hops up. That's a good sign.
It really is. That would have been devastating for Spanish Fort.
You know that the Saraland coaching staff saw that one of the best DBs just went out as well. They may be looking his way on this one with 31 seconds.
Well, they got a quarterback that's not afraid to let it go.
Move it to the 20 after the 3rd and 11 completion on the double pass. Green steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to scramble back and just throw. I thought he was going to try to throw that one away, but instead he was looking to try to find Matthew Milner, and Milner had slipped. Milner had kind of found himself in a wide open space back there in the corner.
He did. It's amazing that Green rolls out and suddenly Milner is in his vision. Wow, he's got a chance, and a little short on it.
Both these quarterbacks really good at extending the play and not just taking off when they feel a little bit of pressure.
This kid, it looks like somebody, he doesn't beg for his coach's approval. He just plays.
Yep.
And he gains his coach's approval.
2nd and 10. Green looking for the back of the end zone. And it's intercepted.
Yep. He's played with fire a few times. That's that big safety again.
Fontroy.
Yeah, he nearly had one earlier tonight, and now he gets one, and maybe going to preserve this halftime lead for Spanish Fort.
Making sure he was able to hold on and get foot down and just a tad high as he was.
And a little inside, too. He throws it over the back shoulder more than if he leads him a little bit, they might have something.
He was looking for Mack, who's the shortest of the receivers at 5'8". Fontroy had the size advantage here.
Yeah, but Mack has inside leverage, but the pass drifts.
You're right. It's just a little more to the right. That's a touchdown. Instead, it's a turnover and a big stop for the Spanish Fort defense with 8 seconds left, and Bird will take a knee. And Spanish Fort will take the lead into the half here at 14-7. We expected to see some really good defense, and we've seen that. That's a big turnover there, forced by the Spanish Fort defense to keep Saraland out of the end zone. And preserve the Spanish Fort lead here as Saraland coming in tonight. They'd scored 35 in each and every game at least and held to 7 in the first half. Med Blackman, the head coach of the Toros, his team has a 14-7 lead. And, Coach, you got to be really pleased the way your defense has played here in the first half.
Yeah, we played really well. We're playing physical. That's what I like to see. You know, we just got to play hard. It's a four-quarter game. You got both great teams, and they're going to get after each other for second half.
You told us a lot about the moxie you liked of your young quarterback, and boy, does it jump off the TV screen.
Yeah, he's a winner, and I love him, and I'm glad he's on our team.
And also, Ben, we kind of sensed a good bit of confidence from your team when we were down on the field before the game, and so far, so good.
Yeah, our guys are, they're enjoying this competition. You know, they love it. They thrive in competition, and proud of the way they've competed in the first half. We just got to go finish this thing in the second half. We got to get the ball out and score in this opening drive. It's going to be a crucial 5 minutes of the third quarter.
All right, thanks for your time,
All right,
Coach.
thank you, guys.
Blackman and the Toros have the lead by a score of 14-7 as they preserve it with that big interception on the late drive there by the Spartans. There you see the battle for the top spot in 6A Region 1 tonight on Friday Night Rivals, in Spanish Fort on the road with the lead. See our halftime score here in Saraland, 14-7. The Toros lead the Spartans. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, our great Friday Night Rivals crew led by Jared Kihas here tonight. Big stop there at the end of the first half by the Toros with the interception in the end zone.
Stop and a pick, and then they just run out the clock, and offenses look real good early. Defenses have started to take a little bit of control here as we head to the second half.
For the offense we've seen out of the UMS Wright Bulldogs this year all goes through the sophomore tailback, Cole Blaylock, and boy, Coach Curtis and everyone over there on Old Shell really like the makeup of this young man.
Yeah, again, talking about the quarterback for Bird for Spanish Fort, just a sophomore, this young running back, and they put it in his belly a lot of times every week. That's a pretty big burden. Little middle screen right there. He's shifty, isn't he?
Yep.
I think he's from up this way, too, in the Saraland Satsuma area. Really good athlete. And, again, when a kid's playing like this as a sophomore, you can only project, man, at 20 pounds, when he's a senior, what is he going to be then?
And a lot of big game experience tonight. His team is tied at 7 with Faith Academy in their 5A Region 1 matchup tonight. But he had a big game last week, and he was one of the players helping the Bulldogs knock off T.R. Miller in that game last week. And our player of the game brought to you by Herc Reynolds. And tonight we'll give you 3 players to choose from. And I'm guessing if we're thinking 3 right now, it's probably not going to be the 3 that we have at the end of the game because we got a lot of football left.
That's a good point.
Here.
Let's take our time and come up with that decision after 2 more quarters.
Not in haste. We never pick them in haste.
No.
Take a timeout again. Halftime. Spanish Fort on top by 7. They'll get the ball back when we start quarter number 3 as well here on Friday Night Rivals. So our halftime score, the Saraland band doing a great job on their production of Together out there at the half here. Each week at halftime, we're able to show you some great highlights from all across the country, from Thursday night and Friday night rivals that took place last week. And let's see some of the great plays from high school football all across the great country in week number 6.
Now here's some of the good work done by A.J. Simpkins. Showed some tremendous touch on the football, but it was the tip drill from Zach Myers in the football game. This Christ School team showed its many weapons offensively and its strong, stout defense.
Might see you tomorrow night, but I think it'll be sooner than later. There's a throw on the edge. There's a broke tackle. There's going to be a bit of a foot race here. He makes 1 miss, 2 miss. He's at the 45. He's at the 40. He's still at the 30. The 25, the 20, all the way down.
See the same opponent twice, and Falgu to the air. He has not had any time to pass. Look out!
6 foot, 210 pounds.
That's like Spider-Man or something.
4th and 1. 4 seconds. The whole game on 1 play. Immel in the gun. Ginsky in motion. Immel on a roll to his right, throwing back to his left. Got a man, caught, touchdown Fredericksburg. No time of the clock
to play in overtime.
1 play for W.
and they're going to blow whistles, and we're going to have a delay a game on Fredericksburg, which will back it up, and it comes down to this. All right, here we go. Immel rolling, firing, got it, caught! Fredericksburg wins!
Was that Baker Mayfield being slammed down at one point in the game there? Wow, some great highlights. What a play for Fredericksburg there. They win it, the 2 touchdown passes, a delay a game, then they get that one. Oh,
highlights were legit this week, huh?
I mean, I don't know why we weren't in there, why we get stiffed, but anyway, that's
no
great
highlights
from all across the country. So Andy Citron, Injury Attorneys, as we like to tell you and remind you about each week, he honors our Scholastic Athlete of the Week, and he's going to give one Scholastic Athlete $5,000 at the end of the year, and it could be Jackson Gaddy, a senior from Spanish Fort. College prep with a distinction diploma. His track and field does the pole vault there. You see National Honor Society, peer helpers, qualified for the Junior Olympics in 2019, considering Swanee or Auburn or UAB. Major in pre-physical therapy and dietetics. Is that right? Is that it?
You said what it said. You read what it said.
Okay.
I guess that's what it is.
Guess is a great point. Those medical degrees, we're definitely guessing at that.
He's never going to be one of those guys where they say, well, he really let himself go.
On the Saraland side, Alexis Gillette, senior, 4.5 GPA. Also, she scored a 30 on the ACT. She's also a member of the National Honor Society and Leo Club. So our 2 Scholastic athletes presented by Andy Citron, Injury Attorneys. Again, he's going to present one of our Scholastic athletes with a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the 2020 season. Halftime here, 6A Region 1 matchup. Toros on top 14-7 on Friday Night Rivals. There you see the halftime score. Spanish Fort, they have not trailed in this one. Led 7-0. Then Saraland tied it up. Then Spanish Fort got the lead back. Then they got that big interception to keep Saraland out of the end zone late in the first half. And Ben Blackman told us as he was heading off the field, he said, that was a big stop there. But he knows they really want to take advantage of this first half possession here to try to build this lead to more than just one score.
Yeah, a couple of good football teams. I think we knew that coming in. That was a big stop at the end of the half. But there were some touchdowns scored. We'll take a look at some of these right now. 14-7. Spanish Fort's got the lead on the road for the lead in the region. And here we go.
We're excited to see Brennan Bird, this young man. This was 4th and goal, and as Dan said, a very well-designed concept there. And they're able to get to Jake Godfrey for the score.
He's a good little player. There's a lot of good players on the field. And look at this guy, Green.
Carson Green marched them down the field. They converted a big 4th down as well, and then they spread things out, and they get the touchdown there. Our great stats from our new statistician, Matt Melton, joining us here tonight. You look at things pretty even there. The total yardage, 122 for Saraland, 130 for Spanish Fort, and just the one turnover there late in the half, couple of penalties, and first down. Saraland's moved it more methodically, but both coaches thought pretty evenly matched teams coming into it tonight, and it does look like it.
It does, and I think Crawford not being in the lineup for Saraland, they've only got 44 yards rushing at the half. Green's been asked to do a little bit more at quarterback, and some of those throws have been a little risky.
Yep. And you see where we're at. Bird there, 4 of 6, and he was 4 of 4 in the first quarter, and then things kind of slowed down a little bit there, and we'll get ready to get us started here in the third quarter. We'll take a break. Spanish Fort with the lead by 7. They'll get the football, and we'll start quarter number 3 coming up right after this. Oh, Dan Brennan, Jim Cox, Jared Kiyos, our entire UTV 44 crew, and it's Friday Night Rivals game of the week, and this one's lived up to the billing thus far here, Dan. And both coaches, really deep coaching staffs. Always interesting to see some adjustments that may be made at the half.
Yeah, I agree with you.
One Saraland would love to make an adjustment to bring Amari Cooper or bring Amari Crawford out on the field. That's not going to happen.
No.
He's out, and it just affects so much of what they do offensively.
Yeah, I think, look, Spanish Fort has played really great, but I think you've seen that. It's a bit of a different Saraland team without Crawford. And it's kind of a different Saraland team than the one we saw a few years ago, in that they're a little more finesse than they are a power run game. So they've got really good skill people. They've obviously got a gunslinging quarterback that loves to compete. Both teams do, actually. And so I think that Green's going to be asked to do more, and a lot of that may be we may see more quarterback designed runs because he can be dangerous that way too. Something to get things going on the ground, and whatever they ask Green to do, he's up to it.
Sure. You know, not having that takes away some of the play action that maybe you can see from a talented quarterback like Green as well. Not having the, some of the great ground game that
I'm with you.
Used to seeing there, but
how about on that side, the team that made the short drive over across the causeway, they came ready to play. That's a confident team. That's a team that just wins football games and wins region titles and gets to deep into the playoffs with a lot of regularity.
When you think about these two, so Spanish Fort starts in 2006, Saraland starts in 2010, and just how dominant they've been, how they've just bust on the scene here and really, become powerhouses down here in South Alabama.
Yeah, and watch this here.
Darrington with a little pooch kick.
Wow.
Covered there at the 40-yard line. Good job by Dawson Estes to be aware of that kick.
You know, the programs are similar, too. Nearly the same colors.
Here's what Spanish Fort had coming out. They lost to Fairhope to open up the season. And then a tough one to St. Paul's. And then Gulf Shores with a forfeit, and they beat Robertsdale. Then they were going to have an open week, and then the hurricane came, and so then they quickly found they got Park Crossing in that Gulf Shores week to play a game, and then they were off last week, so they've really had some challenges from a scheduling standpoint. Bird tries to keep it himself, and that one is shut down.
And if you're watching this and you're not that familiar with the area, if you're not in the area right now, from the hurricane, Spanish Fort community took it a lot more on the chin than on this side of the bay. It's maybe 10 miles as the crow flies, but it made a lot of difference. Wouldn't you agree?
Jeff Kelly said, I'm embarrassed to say I didn't even lose power up here in Saraland. And it's quickly out to Godfrey. And the Spanish Fort players, they were out of school for a week, and they were out doing hurricane cleanup. I mean, they had a World War II vet who needed some help. And they
down in Orange Beach.
Yeah, 6 players jumped in a car, drove down there and helped him up. And they were, of course, you got to clean up your own house. And
yeah,
so,
and to make the drive somewhere, you had to be sure that the road was cleared. It was quite a mess. Ben Blackman, and still is for many.
Ben Blackman saying in the pregame shows, hey, let's go help people out that need it, which was great. 3rd down and 6. Bird running with pressure coming. Trying to get to the sideline, looks downfield, throws back across his body, and he's going to have the first down at the sticks and all the way up to the 40-yard line. Completes that one off to Christian Burnell, his 8th catch of the year. And what a play by Bird. Again, extends the play, and then he's a left-handed quarterback going to the sidelines, and that's a tough throw.
It really is, and he never panics. They're pushing the pocket. He's getting chased. Wow, what a catch, too. What a catch.
Senior Burnell up to the 38-yard line.
Yeah.
So that was a chance for Saraland to get off the field. The 3rd down conversion by Bird. To the far side this time. And get that one off to Trayvon Reed, his just 3rd catch of the year.
It looked like another really good catch. Let's watch this one here.
He goes up with one hand to pull it down.
Man, 2 great catches in a row. 2 big plays in a row.
And a sophomore with the catch. And they got some depth of playmakers on this Spanish Fort team. And they're up to the 23. Williams slowed down by Pate Smith. Picks up 3 on 1st down. Well, that big 3rd down conversion keeps the chains moving here for the Toros. Johnny Morris in behind the sophomore quarterback. Brendan Bird fakes to Morris, fired and intercepted. Picked off on the far side. looked far away and came to the inside, and Elijah Johnson has his second interception of the year.
Told you.
Let's see if he...
Washington County, he was a quarterback, so he likes to have the ball in his hands, and if you don't give it to him, he'll take it.
Read the quarterback's eyes. He knew what Bird wanted to do here. Let's look.
Wow.
Oh, just goes up and pulls it down, and he's off to the races there. Godfrey came up and made the tackle, so now each team with a red zone turnover. And Saraland gets the big stop.
Need that offensive line to move some people, Jim. Need to run it a little bit.
Darrington, they do just that on the right side. He's upended as he gets to the 49-yard line. Picks up 7 on first down.
Darrington's just a good-looking athlete. You know, he plays safety, linebacker, now playing running back. He also, I do believe, Jim, is the second in command at quarterback. If
need be, he's also the kicker.
Yeah.
Look at the...
That was a big collision, Jim, at the point of contact there.
It's Hayes down there. Looks like they're maybe checking out that left shoulder as Darrington kind of jumped up as they were at the point of contact.
Hayes ended the play, but Darrington might have got the better of the matchup. Hayes is actually on the ground when he makes the play. Maybe a little friendly fire, too, with a teammate coming in near the end.
It looked like he kind of knew right away, and hopefully we'll see him get back out on the field. 2nd and 3 coming up here for Green and the Spartans. Green wants to keep it up the middle, and Snowden did a good job to get him down low. He's going to be just short of the first down.
Might see more of that here in the second half. Green taking it himself. Maybe some power plays. Blockers ahead of him. Not just quarterback draws, but design runs. With Engelbert involved, number 5 as a lead block.
3rd and 1. We'll see if he's... Toros keep it in Green's hand. They go back to Darrington. Haven't called Burkhalter much on the defensive side. Back to Darrington. He gets to the outside. Has the first down, but flags. Gonna bring this one back, it appears.
They hook somebody on the edge there. He certainly had a lot of room to run. That might be one of the most consequential penalties of the night so far.
It's 3rd and 1. Spot of the foul. Going to move this one all the way back to the 39-yard line.
3rd and 13.
Yeah. So the whole 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage there. Carson Green, senior quarterback, rolls out looking with some pressure, fires it, and it's tipped in the air. Intercepted again. That was tipped multiple times. Is pulling away with this one is Josiah Hickson, and the sophomore across midfield and thrown down, and we got a flag.
Another one.
This one might be a block in the back after the. I think this one's going to be after the interception. Is our McConnell Collision Center flag here. But that one was tipped multiple times. Watch Green. He gets away from the pressure and goes off the hands of Williams, and then Hickson pulls it down. Maybe that's where the flag is going to be somewhere right around midfield. Definitely came after the interception. Yep.
Looked like he mouthed the number 4, which would be Burkhalter.
It was again, the tip there, and each team with a turnover on the first possession. And Ben Blackman said this is going to be a big first 5 minutes to start the second half. I'm not sure this is what he had in mind.
A lot going on out there.
Brendan Bird to Morris. Some speed going behind the line, and to the 41 who pick up 3.
How good is 7 going to be, Jim?
Boy,
pretty good now.
I think he's going to grow up right up before our eyes on Friday Night Rivals here this year and for the next couple of years.
If you told me this kid was a transfer senior, I'd have bought it.
Absolutely. Keeps it up the middle. Fall ahead for about 5 and bring up 3rd and 2. He and Braylon Johnson helping each other up at the end of that play there. So we're halfway through the 3rd. See a little more tempo out of Spanish Fort here to start the second half as well. They were moving the ball well, got down inside the 20, and then the interception by Elijah Johnson. Takes it to Morris. And Bird keeps it. He's got the first down to the 44.
Yeah, just a quarterback counter with blocking ahead of him, and he doesn't need much. He just makes good decisions. He must have been raised with a football in the crib. He knows what he's doing.
Picked up 7 there. Actually, mark his knee down at the 46. Another great passing numbers, and also he rushed for over 200 yards. It's a 9-yard average coming in tonight's game. Morris, big hole up front. Johnny Morris with speed all the way down to the 18-yard line.
You were looking for an explosive play. We got one right there, Jim. What's the total for Morris on that one?
27-yard pickup.
Big hole. Wow. That's as big a hole as we've seen all night. And what a touchdown saving
Roberson.
Tackle on the back end by Roberson.
Again, the Toros have had some issues with turnovers, really, especially in that Fairhope game, but didn't last time. Right side, Morris takes a big pop at the 15. Still get 3 on first down.
You know, we noticed how fast Saraland was in that game against McGill, but Spanish Fort's done a pretty good job of nullifying that speed with their own speed.
Yeah, they're
matching up better.
There's a lot of speed on the field.
Yeah.
Out here tonight, both in the light and dark colored jerseys. Morris outside will get down to the 12 and 3rd down coming up here. Damian Walker with the stop, the senior for the Spartans.
I wouldn't be surprised they keep it in the hands of the quarterback here. He's got some options, but man, on the 3rd and 3, kid that can run and throw.
We've seen him go to the Wildcat with Morris in these situations before, and Bird had gone over to got a quick word from Coach Blackman. Pitches it on the inside, and it's going to be short and 4th and about 1 as they try a little misdirection on the inside to Godfrey there.
Inside reverse pitch. You know, trying something with Godfrey's not a bad idea either. He's really shown he's a good player.
Get their first touchdown of the night here, and 4th and 2.
If Saraland ever needed to stop, here we go. Here it is.
Fourth and 2, they'll go Wildcat with Morris. Again, he's Also the number 2 quarterback.
He scored a touchdown out of this formation.
Play clock at 5. Godfrey in motion. Morris going to keep it on the right side, and he's going to get another touchdown for the Toros. Great blocking on that right side of the line. And Morris, the 10-yard scamper here.
Wow, really good blocking. Really good blocking on that right side.
Bruno Ramirez, also the center, took a step that way and helped open things up.
Jack Myers also, he blocked down and shoved the defender back to the middle of the field. Myers was a no-nonsense guest in the pregame show. I like this confidence.
Lucas Bro with the PAT, and now Saraland finds themselves down 14 at home to the Toros with a third quarter touchdown here to extend their lead to 2 touchdowns on Friday Night Rivals. Late in the third, and Spanish Fort extends their lead 21-7 on Johnny Morris' second touchdown of the night.
Morris, he's getting lathered up here in the second half a little bit, right?
Yeah, and I think Ben Blackman would love to see him carry it a bunch more. Another 4+ minute drive there for Spanish Fort. So UMS in a big 5A matchup tonight. UMS had taken a 21-14 lead over Faith Academy in the fourth quarter, and then they kick off to Faith, and Faith takes it back 90 yards to tie the game at 21.
Wow.
High pooch kick to the near side and a fair catch. Called for by Avery there. All right, here we go. We're not even to the fourth quarter yet. Dan, last team to beat Saraland in a Region 1 matchup back in 2018?
Well, it makes sense that the answer is Spanish Fort, but my guess was going to be Blunt, actually.
Dan Brennan, your streak continues.
It was Spanish Fort, of course.
November 2nd, last game of the season, gave them the region championship, 28-16. And then Saraland went on to play in the state championship game that year. Spartans with it again. Darrington stood up and then wrapped up and forced out of bounds at the 35, a gain of 3.
Not ready to just let Green drop back and wing it all over the yard here yet. Down 2 touchdowns. Jeff Kelly knows there's a lot of time left. Still create the opportunity for play action. And that's what he's doing with the run.
Green near side to Williams, who breaks the tackle up to the 39 and picks up 5. He's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Hasn't been a lot of downfield shots.
No. Just a couple.
Micah Gaffney back in there at corner. We saw him hobble off in the first half of that double touchdown pass, but he's back out there and lined up against Williams.
Double move, take a shot here. That would be quite a gamble.
Play clock inside 5. Instead, Green's going to keep it on the right side, and he's going to push ahead for the first down to the 46.
More design run for Green here in the second half. You know, it's like whatever it takes now. You're down 2 touchdowns. You got to keep it in the hands of your best players. Make every play count. He's a good bet on the 3rd and 3.
New downs here for the Spartans. Green, now he wants to take a shot downfield. Looking up top and just overthrew it as he had Jerome York with a step there. York had gotten behind the DB, but there was some pressure coming that forced him to hurry that one a bit. I think Green could have just put a little more air under that one.
Yeah, there was the shot you were looking for. So often it comes right around midfield, where they are right now. They're not quite there at their own 44-yard line. Second and 10, now what?
York, the speedster, out there.
Yeah, he's the fastest of the fast guys, right?
Green, that one complete inside the 45. Another first down, but Williams took a big pop on there, and Saraland staff can't believe that was not a flag. Let's watch here. Oh, that was helmet to helmet. Carl Fontroy.
He's a big kid, but that's a big safety bearing down on him coming full speed.
Yeah, there was not a flag. It looked like there should have been one for helmet to helmet contact there. And
those extra 15 yards could have come in handy.
We're down now to 15 seconds to go in the third. Dropping the shoulder was Darrington there, and no gain, and that will bring the third quarter to a close. And this one has the feeling it might get a little chippy here as well. We're through three.
I'd be chippier.
Spanish Fort with the lead. Fourth quarter coming up here on Friday Night Rivals. I would say these two teams are Friday Night Rivals, wouldn't you, Dan Renner?
Yes, I would.
Saraland and Spanish Fort. It's been a hard-hitting contest so far here tonight. Second and 10. Darrington up to the 40. He's going to bring up third and long. So third and 7.
Once you cross midfield, you might be wandering into 4-down territory now, down 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, we saw Jeff Kelly go for it on the other side of the 50 in the first half. And you see the night Green's had so far. He's pulled it down and ran it more tonight than we saw in the McGill game.
Necessity.
Yep. Green looks, feeling pressure, rolls out, pressure from the backside. He's hit, a huge hit, just as he was going to let that one go. That offensive line of Saraland held as long as they could, and Burkhalter came in.
It's a big athlete coming at you, number 4. You're right. They did what they could punch. It's 225 in a hurry.
So the Oregon commit with the big hit there.
Wow. Okay. At one time, I think FSU as a receiver. Kid, make up your mind.
So 4th and 7. And Jeff Kelly going to take a timeout as the play clock was winding down there as we're a minute into the 4th. And this is a very crucial play for the Spartans.
Yeah, and you'll wonder if that hit by a really good player in Burkhalter is going to affect this young guy on this 4th down play. Now, if anybody's got the gumption and fortitude to just, let it roll off their shoulder, it'd be him. But he got whacked.
Play clock was winding down, but also the old quarterback might be thinking, all right, I'm going to give my quarterback just give me another minute here.
Yeah, that's like after a catcher gets hit in an unfortunate area, the umpire will call time.
Yeah. All right, Friday Night Rivals, more of our great partners. Careers since 1916. And also Barrow Fine Furniture, a part of Friday Night Rivals again this season.
What an amazing stadium here in school complex. Call it what you want. And a lot of people zipping by I-65, seeing the lights. They're not able to see a really good game that we're getting a chance to watch, and you all at home.
All right, 4th and 7. Green looking right, sets, and his receiver fell down and still makes the catch at the 28 as Hinton fell down.
Word.
I guess the pass was right on target.
I guess so. If he was expecting the receiver to fall, it was. Well, that's amazing.
What a catch.
That's amazing. That's
Terrente Hinton, who's a starting cornerback on this team.
Yeah, you can see why.
Comes over and makes the catch, falling to his backside on 4th down, but keeps the drive alive. Green Quickly out to York. York picks up 8 to the 20.
York's kind of scary,
especially in space.
Yeah, he's got the foot speed. Well, Saraland getting a little rhythm now offensively. And again, you know, you still got over 10 minutes to go. You don't want to abandon the run altogether. So don't be surprised if they do something on the ground here.
It's 14-7 at the half. Each team has turned it over in the red zone. Each team with a turnover here in the second half. Green got it out, and York. And then York got a hit at the end of the play as well. And I'm going to say incomplete. Now they're going to throw a flag on that hit that happened after the whistle blew.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be half the distance to the goal.
It's going to be a very fortunate incomplete pass.
Yeah, so the pass was low, and York went down and played it like he caught it. And Spanish Fort was saying, no, he didn't catch it. And the officials blew the whistle, and then
the hit.
And the hit at the end of the play.
That player is thinking, hey, he's going through with the play like it is a play. I really didn't see the hit at the very end. That
it was right on the Saraland sideline. So let's watch. It should be coming right at you here.
We won't hear the whistles.
Definitely incomplete, but
yeah, York
takes it off like he's going, and then.
Oh, I see. He gives himself up. Okay.
After the whistle, and then.
Yeah. Oh, that was Hickson.
Yeah, he was the one.
He made a great interception earlier in the game.
Yeah, kind of pleading his case a little bit, and Mr. Beasley kind of did not want to hear any more of that conversation.
Hickson's a good player. He gets a little worked up and does not respond to the whistle or the fact the player had given himself up.
So actually it'll be first and just outside the 10, are they saying?
I think so.
Gilbert comes in motion. Darrington follows his block. Darrington still on his feet, driving ahead, gets a push from Beasley from behind. Touchdown, Spartans. Colton Beasley put a little 295 at the end of at the backside of the pile there to push him forward, but Darrington with a great touchdown run.
Heady run by Darrington. And Beasley could come by your house and push your trees back up.
post Sally.
Yeah, he's 295 and strong 295.
Alexander on for the PAT, and he's got it. How about the backside catch to keep the drive going on fourth down by Hinton?
How about not giving up on the run here in the second half?
And Darrington, watch big 78 come in here.
That is that.
A road grader moves the pile ahead, and it's a one-score game here in the fourth on Friday Night Rivals. It has been a good one so far here tonight at Saraland, and it just got a little better with that touchdown by the Spartans, and it's got the Saraland student body showing off their BLP Mobile Paints school colors down there. 18-play drive.
Unreal.
Takes over 5 minutes off the clock. The big fourth down conversion to Torrente. Hinton caught it as he had fallen to the ground, and then Darrington finishes it off with a 10-yard touchdown run. Alexander, high pooch kick to the near side. Ball's loose on the ground and fallen on by the Toros. We saw Saraland pull off an onside kick against McGill. Logan Beanie again. Smartly there to get on this one and more of our great Friday night. But Kirk Reynolds, I'm going to ask if they have space heaters. I could use one right about now. It's got a little chilly up here. Also, Fusakli's 5:15. Brendan was in the fries. He rented the Fusakli fries at 5:15.
That's 6 of them.
And also BLP Mobile Paints. And now the Spanish Fort offense back out here, and Zachariah Hickson with his first carry. tonight. He's got a couple of touchdowns on the year, the junior. And here for the Toros.
It's a good-looking football team. They've got the lead now, but in good field position. But Saraland's coming.
2nd and 9 for Bird and crew. Play clock down inside 5, and they snap it at 1, and Bird wants to keep it. And he'll get dragged down at the 46, 3rd down. Coming up here. Third and 5. Neither of these coaches afraid to put the ball in the hands of their quarterback when a big play is needed.
No, the evidence to this point of the season has been overwhelming. They've earned it.
3rd and 5, and Morris not out there. Hickson in the backfield. Hickson a bit of a smaller back at 5'9", 160. 3rd and 5, they fake the pitch. Bird keeps it. And the sophomore is into Spartan territory and into a new set of downs as well.
And he's such a heady runner, and then he finishes by being very physical. Great play again, just a misdirection. Wow, look at him deliver the shot on the end of the run.
You get that.
Sophomore.
The 45 now. Hickson again, pulled down after a gain of a couple.
That's a big first down, Jim, just considering the staying on the ground and the clock itself and field position, you name it.
And your Spanish Fort offense helping your defense, who's just out there for 18 straight plays.
Yeah, how about that?
Get a breather on the other side.
We've done this 20 years. How many 18-play drives have we seen? Not many.
Not many. I always say you don't see a lot of those on Saturday. You don't see a lot of those on Sunday.
No.
Bird will set. Oh, they have to call a timeout as the play clock was all the way down.
Yeah, they had a misalignment there at the end.
It looked like maybe Hickson was a little late on the shift over there. And
right.
Ben Blackman saw the clock ticking down. And
they're talking to the young back right now.
So McGill, after falling down 9-0 to Baldwin County, and put 35 straight on the board to take the lead. 35-9.
That's one way to rectify things.
Turn things back quickly in your direction. See if we can get a couple other scores. Daphne was cruising to a win, 42-9 down in the Bayou. Baker, 31-14 over Murphy. Out at the Hornets' Nest. Fairhope all over Mary G, 45-6. Theodore cruising against Davidson in a 7A matchup. 31-0. Still 21-21. Last score we had in the 4th. UMS and Faith. Take a look at
Faith. A lot of credit. They put 21 on the board against UMS. Strong night.
See Bird's numbers here on 2nd and 8. Toros with a lead by 7. Kicks into the 39. 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 4. Maybe a long 3.
See how much time they take.
They've been using a lot of it on this drive.
Yeah, and so it's a 35-second play clock. And you'd be really executing awfully well if you got it down under 10 or 5 every time. They won't do that this time, I don't think. Let's wait. It's down around 10.
Bit of a high snap inside pitch to Godfrey, and Godfrey has the first down and more to the 29.
Gosh, he's a good player, isn't he?
Dynamic.
Yeah.
That was a high. Sometimes you see a high snap on a play like that. It throws the timing off.
Right.
Pulled it out of Hickson's belly and pitched it to Godfrey. And
well, they're executing tonight. A lot of it's got to do with the young quarterback Bird.
And the sophomore Godfrey got a touchdown and a couple of big conversions.
Yes.
And a big one there. Update. UMS and Faith Academy now headed to overtime. 45-yard field goal missed by Faith at the end of regulation. Bird being chased. Pulls it back to the inside and goes head-to-head on hit, and the ball came loose, and then recovered by Mario Montgomery of the Toros. As the young sophomore quarterback went right in for the contact, didn't shy away from it. The ball got popped free.
Yeah, and I also think one of the things he was thinking about, because he's such a heady player, was don't stop the clock. Don't run it out of bounds. So he cuts it back in.
Hinton actually stripped it away. And
yeah.
Heads up play by Junior Montgomery to fall on it on second and a yard.
Hinton's done a lot of good things tonight for Saraland.
All over the field. Bird on the keeper is going to pick up the first down and to about the 13-yard line.
Just methodically chewing up the clock while they put themselves in a position to add on points.
And to get back to our conversation with Ben Blackman, you say when hadn't Bird, didn't he play wide receiver when he was up at Aniana, when he's kind of a wide receiver, and came down here, and Coach Blackman said,
let's try this.
I think we might have another spot for you, son.
Man, how about that? You're right. Looks like a quarterback to us, probably everybody watching.
Blackman may know a thing or two about player evaluation and where to put the chess pieces on the field.
Yeah, well, this is a king right there.
Something out of the backfield, was trying to get that one off to Godfrey. And excitement there. Maybe too much by the play-by-play announcer, thinking maybe that was going to be behind the line of scrimmage.
Got a little penetration there. Good penetration by Saraland.
Incomplete, stops the clock like you had just mentioned a moment ago. Each team has used a timeout here in the second half. Boy, Saraland has watched Spanish Fort eat a bunch of time off the clock here on this drive.
Diminish their chance to come back, but if they can hold them out of the end zone.
Elijah Johnson had a big interception down here earlier in the second half. The play clock now at 2. Some movement. They barely get it off. Bird wants to keep it. He's going to get pulled down at the 9. Third down coming up here.
Jim, I thought that was close to some movement right there.
On the receiver in the slot, I thought, right as the play clock was about to wind down,
a little panic set in.
39.75 seconds used off that play clock. And 3rd and 6 coming up from the 9-yard line for the sophomore quarterback.
Play clock again down inside 10.
And now Morris back in the game. And he'll take the handoff, and they'll reverse it coming back. Godfrey stood up, and it lose a yard as Elijah Johnson comes up with another big defensive play.
Yeah, he did. He stays home.
Godfrey was a little slow to get up. And now 4th.
Tyler Thompson, also linebacker. They just do a good job of staying home. I mean, that's a kind of a double reverse if you want to know the truth about it.
So now Michael Allman, the holder, out here. Carlos Peak, the long snapper. Lucas Bro.
If there's any win, Jimmy's kicking into it.
28-yard field goal attempt from the near hash. Good snap. And the kick is good. Big 3 points by the Toros there as they make it a 2-possession game and build their lead to 10, 24-14 with 2:41 to go on Friday Night Rivals 6A style tonight. Final 2:41 to go here. Spanish Fort with a big 3 points to build their lead to 10. 7 minutes They ate up on that drive, 11 plays.
Well, that field goal was right between the poles, man. Really excellent clutch field goal.
He had plenty of leg. High kick back to the 15. Jerome York. York across midfield. York inside the 20. High steps. Gaffney will pull him down at the 7, but the Spartans are back in business. First and goal.
Man, he can go, and he had a crease right in the middle of that return. It's been a while since this side of the field, the bleachers have been jumping, but they are right now. Watch York. Jim talked about his speed. Now watch his speed. Here.
Took it at the 15 and all the way down to 7 for a 78-yard return. Gaffney did a good job to make the touchdown-saving tackle. Sometimes when those kicks are so high, the coverage gets so far down the field, you make the first guy miss, and you got a lot of your own blockers in front. Now Green with Darrington in the backfield. They give it Darrington to the outside and got stood up at the 5 and driven back. So he came, kind of cut it back, and Cass Taylor wrapped him up.
He's made a couple of plays tonight, but that was outstanding.
2 timeouts and time. You gotta want to get this one in quickly as possible, if possible. Play clock down inside 10. Low snap. Green looks, fires. Incomplete. Oh, threw that behind the safety Hickson, who has a pick in this one.
He almost had a second pick right here. They have the slant bracketed.
Williams had a chance.
You can see why they take their chances with Williams, such a big, gifted, physical receiver, but that was low percentage.
3rd and goal from the 5. Low snap again. Green pumps, corner, incomplete. Dan, so you need a field goal and a touchdown.
You're thinking field goal here now?
I don't know. You're like your chances. I think you have a better chance to get it in from, inside the 5. This is good, and now you're going to take a timeout. You'll have 1 left, so now you're thinking if we're going to score here, then you got to get the onside kick. With just 1:37 left.
What else would you expect from Spanish Fort and Saraland? A game like this. There are always games like this.
Let's see what Saraland has done this year. Again, they forfeited that second game. They didn't want to travel up to Hewitt-Trussville in the middle of COVID, and then Baldwin County had to forfeit their game, but they have been on a roll. They opened up with Theodore, 7A non-region game. The big win against McGill we saw here, and then a non-region win over Davidson. But you kind of see they're through this is the last part of the gauntlet in 6A Region 1, really, if you look at it.
That Blunt team, yeah, they beat them 45-13, but nothing has been normal for Blunt this year. In the season of COVID, they've really had their struggles.
They're going to end up if they end up like a 3 or a 4 seed, somebody's going to get potentially a rude awakening when you see that.
The surprise of their life.
Right. All right, so 4th and 5. Kind of your ball game here. And the Toros will do their own bit of chess matching here and take a timeout to see what Jeff Kelly had schemed up. And now we'll see it coming out of the timeout. Foosackly's, of course, just so many locations down here. You can order online at foosackleys.net, pick up curbside. They have drive-through open at all their locations. Hand breaded tenders, the homemade sauces, the Texas toast, the French fries.
All delightful. Our crew loves it all.
enjoy a snack, a box of salad, the salad, you know, the salad. I saw Jared Kihos munching on a big part of a salad before the game.
Food was a Greyhound.
Food is perfect for any occasion. And keep the food and football. And thank you for feeding our so hardworking crew each and every Friday night here during Friday Night Rivals. It's week 7.
Hey, at least our crew didn't have to struggle in the hot sun today. Sun, yes. Hot,
yeah, but
not really.
Some are in the truck inside with heat going. You and I are struggling up here in the frigid.
Well, one of us is complaining about
South Alabama temperatures. That would be me. Here we go, 4th and goal from the 5 and a hard count. They draw them off, so
might change the play call.
Move it. They'll get 2.5 yards. So now you move it to the 2.5. See Green going down the line, make sure everybody's got the play. 4th and goal from the 2. Green wants to keep it on the right side, puts his shoulder down, and the senior quarterback got the touchdown.
Boy, he doesn't look that big, but do you ever see him go backwards? I don't.
Go down at first contact, you don't.
Nope.
Boy, after the 78-yard kickoff return, all the way down to the 7. It'll take 4 downs to get it in here, but Green.
Power blocks right there. All to escort Green into the end zone, and they do, and it works. And now an extra point away from being a field goal down.
Yeah, that was, and it's good. That was KJ Henderson. He collided with their big linebacker for the Spanish Fort team. So here you go with 1:33 left. Each team with just a timeout. You know, Jeff Kelly having a word with one of the officials. And sometimes I think sometimes you see a coach do this before maybe an onside kick or something is coming to say, hey, if you see something, just kind of saying this is what you see so that the officials don't get caught off guard and
throw a flag.
And you know we've seen the watermelon kick used more than once now, and football is the ultimate copycat sport. So I'm just throwing it out there.
All right.
Both these teams are always very good on special teams.
Take a look at some of the talent you got on the Saraland team right now, trying to go after more than likely an onside kick.
Corey Darrington on the kick. They will not go with the watermelon style kick as they put it on the tee. And Spanish Fort with 10 players and only 1 back. Do they try to pop it up in an area where there's nobody? They do the regular kick, and Darrington just waits for it to get to the 50, and he's got it. There was nobody around him, and Darrington had to do everything in his power because that one almost didn't make it to the 50. They're down. I thought. Now,
you thought Darrington got it himself?
I did. I really did. Instead, Wilson Cooper, the tight end, has it, and Spanish Fort got it.
Yeah. I'd have to watch that again because I guess Cooper was underneath everybody. All right, let's watch. Evidently 24 ends up with it.
So 2 has got to wait for it to get right to midfield. Oh, and he scooped it right out. Cooper did a great job to scoop it right out before, as Darrington was getting ready to fall on it. I think even all of the Saraland players thought that Darrington had it or was about to pick it up, but it didn't have quite enough oomph. He had to wait. He had a good awareness to wait to get to midfield.
Yeah, like an infielder waiting for a ball to go fair or foul. They gave Cooper a millisecond to slide in there and get it.
Great special teams awareness.
That's Saraland's last time out now?
Yes. So, yeah, the reaction by the Saraland sideline and the players, too. They thought Darrington had it.
Well, they heard you yelling from up here. Oh, that blood's on your hands.
5-yard pickup on first down.
You know, the expression, it's a matter of time, and now it really is a matter of time. If Saraland's not able to rip the ball free here.
And you saw they were trying.
Yeah. And especially if Spanish Fort can advance it to make a first down, then it's all long over for the most part.
Bird just takes the knee. And you're going to see this Spanish Fort Toro team atop the 6A Region 1 standings at 4-0. And you know, Spanish Fort started off a bit slowly last year and then had the great charge down the stretch and through the playoffs. There's always a handful of teams down here that are really just always, from the start of the season on, building to where they're going to be come November. And that'll do it.
Yeah.
Spanish Fort will not have to snap it again, and the Toro's going to come and get a huge road victory in 6A Region 1. The sophomore quarterback. So how about not just the play, but the bounce back ability, the one play, you know, to not let an interception drag you down, to bounce back and lead your team to a road victory and their biggest victory of the year. And the sophomore quarterback
with the golden locks. And things were pretty intense on the field, so they're just trying to make sure, even in the age of COVID, you're not supposed to come together and shake hands, but it's best everybody gets to the locker rooms and buses, and maybe they'll live to see each other again.
And they could see each other again down the road. Saraland falls at home here tonight. Spanish Fort has never lost here in Saraland.
That's continues. We had a Saraland booster who told us, a Spanish Fort booster before the game. He just said, hey, the Fort by 3. Well, he got it.
Victory for the Toros here tonight. And Coach Blackman is down there with us. Boy, Coach. Coach Blackman, what a great win for your team here tonight. You talked about how important those first 5 minutes were going to be of the second half. We had turnover by each side, but the last 5 minutes of the game, they were pretty important too, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. We tell our kids all the time, you know, first 5 minutes of the game, the last 5 minutes of each half, and beginning of the 5 minutes of the third quarter, those are some very, very crucial 5 minutes of a game, and it determines momentum and things like that. And, you know, we had a drive going, and their linebacker made a heck of a play, and you know, and then our defense came back out in a sudden change turnover, got them another turnover, and you know, I was really proud of our defense. We knew it was going to come down to the wire. It always does with these two teams. You know, they're great teams, and you know, Coach Kelly, hats off to him. He's got a great program, great team, and it's always tough every time we play them.
We talked about your young quarterback, like his also next play mentality. Doesn't let a mistake, an interception drag him down. This is a tough place for a sophomore quarterback to come win on the road, Coach.
Oh, absolutely. He's a winner. He's a winner in every phase of his life, and I'm proud to get to coach him. He's such a special kid, and couldn't be more proud of him. This is a big win for a sophomore quarterback.
What's this win going to do for your team, Coach? I mean, going forward, this is such a big pivotal win.
Yeah, I think hopefully it'll give us some more confidence. We got a great opportunity going forward. I just think we got to go back to work. We got a heck of a team in Blunt Leopards coming in to Spanish Fort on Friday, and I know Coach Holly will have his guys ready.
All right, Coach, enjoy the victory. Congratulations, and you got an early morning trip down to Gulf Shores tomorrow morning. Drive safe.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate what y'all do.
You got it. Coach Dan, Coach Blackman, Dan, he's happy. He's excited. You can see that's Ben Blackman. I mean, that's that excitement, enthusiasm. I mean, that's him. That's him.
Yeah, that's him, and it's also him, the guy that was, he's a competitor, too. Obviously, all these coaches are, but you can see Ben Blackman, he definitely wears it on his sleeve, and he's very happy right now.
Just a big road win, coming here, getting the victory. Now kind of they're in the driver's seat for now in the 6A Region 1, but we said they got a tough schedule coming up, and a really tough one with Blunt coming there next week. But just two teams that are used to being in these big games, and really kind of just showed, I think, what we're going to see a lot of from both of these teams down the stretch.
Yeah, they're two teams that are used to being in these big games, and they showed it tonight. They show you why they are quality programs. They demonstrated almost any game that you cover them, and it was a great game. And some really, as it turned out, there were some big plays in this game.
Yeah, really, it was a 14-7 game at the half, and then got exciting there in the second half. Both teams with great defenses, and just 6A Region 1 type matchup that we're used to seeing here on Friday Night Rivals. Our Herc Reynolds Players of the Game nominations: Johnny Morris, Brendan Bird from Spanish Fort, both of them, and also Carson Green, the quarterback for the Saraland Spartans. A final score here tonight, 24-21. A late, talking about everybody else, and we can't overlook the late field goal by Lucas Bro. The difference in the game.
Game winner.
As he makes the field goal there with just a couple minutes remaining, 2:39. As a matter of fact, built the lead to 10, and Spanish Fort holds on. They get the victory here tonight over Saraland, 24-21. So for Dan Brennan and our entire UTV 44 crew, including Jared Kihas, our statistician, Matt Melton, I'm Jim Cox saying good night from Spartan Stadiums, where the Toros remain perfect in 6A Region 1 play with a 3-point road victory.